Hi, and welcome to another Quick Connect Podcast, a podcast where you can stay informed, keep connected, and learn from each other along the way. I'm your host, Richard Greer, and on today's podcast, we're going to catch up with Luke Henderson, TeamCPNZ athlete, about his 100-mile mission at the Great Naseby Water Race that's just recently gone by. It wasn't the average taper that he had with a 70K bike race a week before on the Saturday, followed by a duathlon on the Sunday, and then started running, I think, on the Friday after that. So not the average leader, but Luke is not the average athlete. He's got lots of goals and targets, and hey, he's pretty keen for a bit of a mission and to have a crack at these things. But before we get to Luke, just a couple of other things that are going on as well. So if you're local to Christchurch, our Wednesday Roadies session kicks off on Wednesday, the 15th of October. So that's coming around pretty quick now that we're in springtime. And then also a Thursday run group moves to Horsell Quarry on Thursday, the 2nd of October for the summer of trail running is going on as well. And our frontrunner, Team CP Frontrunner Run Club is going great guns with run groups happening in different locations, 4 different locations around Christchurch, and probably about halfway through that as well. And other dates, other things that are going on. Wednesday, the 26th of November is our Christmas party awards night / World Bingo Champs as well. As part of those awards, we've got the True Grit Award, we've got the Hard as Nails Award, the Mark Denford Be Awesome Award, and my favourite, the Custard Square Did That Just Happen to Me Award. So put those dates in your diary, and hopefully we can get to see you at one of those sessions coming up. But without further ado, let's bring Luke onto the show and have a chat about the Great Naseby Water Race. Luke, how are you getting on?
I'm good. I'm probably better than this time last week. So
let's just talk about that. We're a week ago.
Yeah.
It's Friday as we record this. How were you going at this time last week?
At this time a week ago, I was probably going all right.
How far in are you at this stage?
It started at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I guess I'm 8.5 hours in. So probably like 70K in.
Okay.
And feeling all right at that point. It got worse.
You don't need to do yourself down. We're just living the life, living the high moments with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just about coming up to a double marathon, so that's pretty honest. Across that period, it's going pretty well. How did your first marathon go? Let's talk about it in marathon bits. How was your first 40K?
First 40K was good. Probably too good, like too fast.
Where were you at in terms of, have you run many marathons before?
No, not really. I've never done like a road marathon, so I have no idea what fast marathon time is. I've done like over the marathon distance, but I've always done it with like massive hills. So it's like I did. I think last time we talked, I'd just done Mount Difficulty, or maybe I was about to.
Yes.
And that's over the marathon distance, but it took me 8 hours. So,
so does this mean the first 40Ks of Naseby was your marathon PB?
It was, yeah. So bad idea. You should never set like a marathon PB in a miler, I don't think.
No, probably not. But okay,
not
so
that's a strategy.
Yeah. And then how were you going into the second marathon? Like at about 8 hours in, as we're talking now, you're feeling all right?
I was still feeling pretty good. So before this, like the longest race I'd done, and probably the longest run really I'd done, had been Kepler, like a few years ago now. So like it was quite a big jump in distance for me, obviously, to go from 60 odd Ks to 160 Ks, with really not a lot in the middle. So
this year you did the Multitable Ultra, did Coast to Coast 2-day, Multitable Ultra, like, I don't know, a month or so after that. And then you did the Mount Difficulty long version of that event as well. So you've been doing pretty well with your running and obviously learning a lot from those big days in the mountains.
I'd sort of done that sort of stuff, and that I felt good, and I was kind of like, so I kind of had that. But there was like a huge unknown going from basically from K60 on, like that had been the longest run I'd done in training as well. From 60 through to 160, that 100 Ks was just like, I didn't really know what was going to happen. And I wasn't sure. And it was good.
Yep, you're here still, and we'll we'll talk through that in a moment, but let's talk about the runway for a start. Tell us about your build-up. How much of a runway do we have to go from wherever you're at to the miler?
I think we would probably both agree suboptimal runway in terms of like running a miler. Like I wouldn't recommend it to other people to do it how I did it.
Okay.
I recommend getting a lot more running kilometers in than what I did. And if I was to do one again, I would want to have a lot more running, like in my weekly volume, I guess. But I've been kind of doing a bit of biking over the winter, like getting involved in the cycling races around Dunedin, and I've done some running. I've done like a little bit of kayaking, but mainly biking and running, but a mix. But probably for doing the mile, I probably should have swayed it a lot more towards the running, and I've like just got a new bike and stuff, so I've probably swayed it more towards the biking. And I was kind of hoping like, I'm pretty fit. It's got to carry over a little bit. Like it's still, it's still exercise. How I guess I was kind of thinking, how bad can it be? And like when I entered, I kind of said to Sarah and stuff, I was like, it's been a long time since I've entered an event and thought, I actually don't know if I'll be able to finish this. Like doing coast and stuff, like I was pretty confident that I'd be able to get through, and like I wasn't really worried. It's been a long time since I've done an event where I've been like, I'm worried about, will my body actually get me to the end? So that was like kind of exciting in a way, like to enter something and be like, hey, like there's so much unknown, and I'm just going to give my best shot and see what happens.
Yeah, good. So how long do we have? Was it 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, I think I sort of was like, I was weighing 100K, 100 miler, and then I kind of thought, once you get to 100K, like it's only another 60K is what I said beforehand.
And we'll talk about the decision. If that was a good decision. I think I kind of maybe regretted that decision at times. And so then I kind of locked in. I said, right, let's just commit. Let's do the 100 miler. I've got 2 months, I think I said to you. And I kind of said, I got 2 months. And then I basically said, and there's about 1 weekend where we can do like a good training camp weekend, because I was going away skiing for a couple of weekends and I had like bike races on. And like you said, the weekend before I said, I'd like to do duathlon club champs, and I'd like to do this like bike race that we've got on the Saturday as well. And you were like, and I'm like, so I basically said I'm going to do those, but other than that, I'll do a good taper. I get a vibe that I maybe need to start saying no more.
You're very accommodating.
Okay. Well, how are we going to figure that out? That's sort of what I go to. Tell me about your bike race. That's the Saturday, the week before. How was that? What was it? How far was it?
So it was a like 72K handicap bike race, a handicap start. Like depending on how you got seated, you just started, and so like the slowest people started first, the fastest people start last, and it's basically just a race to the end. And then there was prizes.
And you're in a bunch, so you start as a group, don't you? So you've got like
So they gave you some groups, so you weren't just completely starting on your own. So there was a bit of bunch riding. It was good. It was good. I ended up getting dropped by my group when we got caught by a faster group with like 1 lap to go. So I did 3 laps with a group, and then I had to do 1 lap solo. But
and within your group before, so when the guys come past you, obviously they're another level again. So they're coming past you hard to try and make sure it hurts for you and try and drop you. But before you got to that, your group was kind of splintered already, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we did 1 lap, and immediately after we were a group of 7. We did 1 lap, and 2 guys pulled off after the first lap and said, "No, that's too hot for us. We're done." Then we were down to a group of 5 for 2 laps, and then we got swallowed up, and I got spat out the back and just crawled around for 1 more lap by myself.
And it's not good to lose your group or have less people because you don't share the workload quite so much. And there's
as soon as like your speed drops so much from being with a bunch, like we were holding like 40, 42K, and then like by myself I'm lucky to hold 35 or like just above 35K for
Yep.
for the last lap. So it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And you can't catch up when you've gone. So,
Yeah.
So thinking about our build into the miler, that's intense by the sounds of that.
Yeah.
That's what, a couple of hours worth of exercise, a little bit less than 2 hours?
An hour and I think it was like an hour 50 pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty honest. It's not running, but it's hard exercise. Okay, so that's day one. And how did you finish? How did you finish up in that?
I think I was well back, like, because I got dropped from my group, but I think I ended up like on overall time on like third of my age group, maybe, or something like that. So I was happy with the overall result, but
so worth turning up. You've done well there. So we'll tick that box. Okay, so then we'll go on to the next day. We've got a duathlon in Dunedin, Otago Tri Club, running that.
Yeah.
It was, tell us about that.
Green City Tri, I think, run it. Yeah.
Yep. Where was it, and what happened in that one? How far was it?
So it was out for those people that know Dunedin, it was in McAndrew Bay, which is like out on the peninsula. And it was a 5K run, 20K bike, 2.5K run. So
perfect. Okay. So and all pretty flat around that McAndrew Bay.
Yeah. So it's on like the run and stuff is all on like a harbour trail that we have now. So it's dead flat. And you don't like really nice seal. Like you don't really have to worry about anything other than I guess other walkers and runners. But
yeah. Brilliant. So off on your 5K. So how are the legs feeling?
Legs were feeling good because I'd been doing a good taper up until then. Like I hadn't gone to really much stuff towards the end of that week, so they weren't feeling too tired from the biking the day before, which was good. I'd recovered well, and yet I was feeling fast. And I clicked off the 5K in a 5K PB.
A 5K PB. How good is that?
It was so good. Yeah, I was absolutely amping. I was thinking as I was doing it, this is a terrible taper, but this is great. Like I'm loving this right now.
So good. Yeah. So, but was the 5K? Because sometimes when you look at your watch, like and the distances aren't actually 5K. How did that go for you?
Yeah. So I did do a wee extra loop, which wasn't actually part of the course to make sure my watch went over 5K because I'd never done a sub 25K before, and I could see I was like going to be, I think I was like 19:30 something. So I was like, I'm well under here. And I was like, right, I'm just going to do a little bit extra just to 100% guarantee because I'd hate to get off in Strava to be like 4.97, and like I don't get it. Yeah.
So what did you have anybody telling you?
Yeah, they were kind of like, oh, you're going the wrong way. And I was kind of like, no, I know. I just need to I've never done sub 20, I said. I need to get this. It's more important than this race.
Oh, that's classic. So, and did you lose any places as a result of that? Like, obviously, you're going pretty well for your first run.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to say because there's the bike right after that, and
but did you lose any places in the transition? Did anyone sort of all of a sudden?
A few people did run past me while I was doing that wee loop, but then I could get back past them on the bike. So I don't know. It's hard to judge, but yeah.
Okay, but okay. So you wouldn't change it? You'd do the same again?
No, I don't 100%. Oh, well, now I've already got it, so maybe I would. Now I wouldn't bother, but at the time, it was worth it.
100%. So how'd the rest of your duathlon go?
Yeah, it was good. I was happy. Like just cruised, got round, and happy with my time. I think I'd done the same event a year before, and I was like considerably faster, which was good.
Perfect. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, pretty honest. How was the body feeling come Monday? And you had 4 days then until you were 100 miler.
Yeah, calves. I was a bit worried about my calves. They were quite sore coming off the back of like, especially doing a hard run, like a hard fast run. That's like on tar seal. That really burns your calves. And so that was my, I guess, big concern. So dog wants to say hello. That was my big concern. Early in the week, I was like, oh no, like what? Because I've had that before. I think in Mount Difficulty where I'd overcooked my calves like pre-race, and I just didn't have. I couldn't go at like the start of the race. And I was like, oh no, not again. But luckily that completely faded, and they weren't an issue, so that was all right. Yeah.
So standing on the start line after all that, you were like, right, let's rub into it. Let's go.
Yeah, and I felt good. I got to Naseby the night before and like got a good night's sleep. Like 8 o'clock start is pretty nice. Like that's, like you can go to these events and they'll start, the crack of dawn, like real early, and 8 o'clock's quite nice. Like get some breakfast and get there and have a bit of time to set up, kind of set up my own wee aid station by my car. So obviously it's a loop event, so you can kind of look after yourself a little bit. So I was feeling on the start line like pretty good. Like obviously nervous about how far there was to go, and like how long there was to go time wise, but like I felt like my body was pretty good.
Yeah, cool. And was there a bit of a crowd? How many people were lining up for the mile at 8 o'clock on last Friday morning?
There was 40 odd of us, like 44, 45 maybe. So that was good. It was like a good number of people. And
nervous?
Yeah, I mean like
just because
nervous,
you
just to know what was going to happen. It is a long way.
It's still a long way. Just to check. Yep. You've done the testing. It is a long way.
Yeah,
no, that's good. So, in terms of we talked a little bit about your start. How do you rate your pacing now? Reflecting back on that, would you do that differently?
Yeah, I would do it differently if I was to do it again on like the same course. Because I think with like this sort of event, it's super course dependent. And I'd say the problem with this course is that it's got some hills and stuff, but there is so much that is runnable. And when you're feeling good, it's like so hard to like not run.
Just get running. Yep.
Yeah, because like even the hills, like towards the end, I was like, man, these are like the steepest mountains I've ever seen in my life. But right at the start, you're like, oh yeah, I can jog up these, no problem. Like what are we doing here? And so I think that probably in hindsight, taking it a bit easier, like looking, my first lap I did in less than an hour, like just under, it's like 58 minutes or something. And that probably I think I probably should have like, by the time I get to like my 10th lap, I'm closer to an hour and a half. So just kind of skewing that, like, slow at the start, maybe conserve that so the drop off isn't going as,
Yeah. So tell me about 80. We know your story up to about 80 Ks. Tell me your story to 100 Ks and what happened towards the back end to 160.
Yeah. So to 80 Ks, I was like feeling good. I remember thinking at 50 Ks. So I had a friend who was coming to do the 50, it's quite good how they like schedule the, 200 miles that started 2 days before, then we start, then 2 hours after us, the 100 K start. So that's quite nice. And then I had a friend who was coming the next day to do the 50 K. And I remember getting through 50 K and thinking, oh, that was so smart. Like what a great race to enter. Like this is just the right amount of doing this loop. But yeah, keep going, got through 80. And yet at about 60K, Sarah, my fiance, and my mum and my dad turned up. So they come over from Queenstown. And so they turned up, and that was like really nice. That was like I kind of felt myself like getting into a bit of I always find around that sort of like 5-6 hours, like you're like, oh, we've been going for a while now. And that was really nice to see them then. And just sort of like say hey and be like, oh yeah, I'll see you in 40 minutes, like when I get around this 5K, and then I'll show you where my car is at the next lap. Like so that was really good, and that got me through to 80K, and I was feeling good. And then at about 80K, Sarah and Mum went and had dinner, and Dad stayed with me for a couple of laps, and I was still moving, but I was slowing down, getting to 100K, and then I got to 100K. And it must have been dark by then. I think it took me about 13 hours-ish, maybe a bit more, to get to 100K. So that's like 10 o'clock. So we're like done a lap with the head torch.
Yes.
And then I changed my socks. So I'd just gone up to then, changed my socks to 100K. And I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, I've got some blisters on my toes, but like they didn't hurt. And I didn't realize they were there like until I changed my socks. But yeah, got on some compression socks, which was quite good. And yeah, then from 100Ks to 160Ks, it was miserable.
Yes. Okay. So so was that kind of the first time you'd sat down as such, like to change your socks?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd had like some breaks, like shorter breaks and stuff, but I tried to keep standing up, like keep moving as much as I can, which maybe like in hindsight, like take some better breaks, and give your body more of a chance maybe than just like trying to keep going. Like it's a long way, so like it's probably all right to take some more breaks. But I think that I got sucked in a bit early on into like, oh, this is going well, like. Just keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Let's get these like laps picked out while the body's fresh. And then when I got to 100 Ks, I got back up and I wandered down with Mum and Sarah because they were going home for a sleep. And I just kind of my hips had locked up really badly, and I just never really got running again. And I think my last few laps were like more. I mean, they were closer to 3 hours than they were at a 1 hour. So,
rough.
Like
super rough.
Yeah. I think, it was a shuffle. It was just going through that night. I think they came back. They went home for 6 hours basically, and they came back at like 2:30 in the morning, and I'd only done about 2.5 laps, and I was like, oh, I thought I'd be like nearly finished by the time you guys got back.
Sorry, guys, you should have just stayed in bed.
Yeah, I was like kind of like, because I was like thinking, I would have loved to be sub 24, like that would have been awesome. And then it was like, no, this is just it's like I'm not thriving, I'm surviving, and I'm like just every step forward is like an achievement, and we're just going to get here. I was kind of like, it was kind of good that they went away in some ways. Like I was fine. Like I could, I had all my food and stuff, so I could feed myself, but just kind of gave that easy option of stopping was like kind of taken away. Cause like, I don't know what I would have done. I would have stopped, and then it's like, oh, I'm just here by myself. Like,
what am I doing?
So I kind of keep going. Like, I just keep walking. And like they have like a main tent and stuff, which was really good. Got some like pumpkin soup and had a coffee and like some stuff. Tried to warm myself up. Like I'm, wearing a jacket and then a puff jacket on top of my jacket, like it was cold.
Because Naseby, middle of winter, like it's cold. Yeah. It's a cold.
Every lap coming past you, like seeing the frost creep up on your car, and so it was genuinely cold, and it was tough. It was real tough. And then like day came, and I probably had 3 laps, 2.5, 3 laps to go, like when the sun came up. And that was like
it's 25, 30 Ks left, which is still actually a really long way.
I mean, I think there's at this point I cracked out the walking poles, like I had the poles from about 100 Ks on, and like that was pretty crucial. Like I wouldn't have got up some of those hills without them, and like just having that something extra to like lean on. And I mean, it was a battle, and it wasn't pretty, and that was probably like, I mean, I probably didn't really give the distance the respect it deserved in terms of my build-up, which is, it is what it is. But I'm pretty happy that I finished. But I did finish.
That was exactly. That's the key thing. It was what I did finish. Yeah, you wanted to be tested. You wanted to see what it was about. So how long did the final 60 Ks take relative to the rest of the event, the first 100?
So the first 100 took me about 13 hours and some change. I'd say I finished in 29 hours, 45 minutes. So that last 60 Ks took me the best part of 16 hours.
Yeah, more than the first 100.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, like wow more.
That's brutal. What was the lowest moment? Toughest part.
Oh, there were lots. Probably. Oh, there was one point, and so like when I'm running, I try and do like just to distract myself. I often will do like how fast do I like what's my pace and like how far am I going? Like kind of do some maths in my head. And there was a point in the morning where so there is a cutoff of 34 hours, which is like 6 p.m. Saturday. And I had kind of thought I'm going to miss it. I need 2 laps to go or something. And I kind of thought, at the pace I'm going, like I'm just not going to make it, which was I was so off, but that was probably my last moment. I just like was tired and I just worked it out. And I think I came back down and I was like, Sarah, I was like, I'm not going fast enough. And she's like, you've got like 12 hours to go. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you've got heaps of time. Yeah. So that was probably the lowest moment. Yeah.
Well done for actually figuring that out. I think I've tried to do that in the past, and I just gets too hard to just throw it away. Like it's too hard. I'll just keep doing what I'm told until someone tells me not. But well done for actually trying to commit to the maths in your head at that stage of the journey.
Yeah, well, it was a mistake.
But you believed it, so it was right in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So what did you learn? What were your key takeaways?
I think do more running if you're going to run a long way.
Sure. More volume and a bit of a longer build up, for sure.
Yeah. And like for big events like that, probably like make them your A race, not your why don't I give this a go? Like sort of race.
But you've ticked the box now. You don't have to come back again. You've like that was a huge motivator. When I got to like 130 Ks, like I was so tempted to pull out at 100, like with one lap left. I was like, 150 Ks sounds good. Like I'm happy with that. Like, and then I was like, that's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been because I wouldn't have got the belt buckle, and then I would have had to come back. Now if I ever come back, it's because I want to give it a good go, not because but I know I can do it. If it all goes terribly, I know I can crawl my way to the end. But lots of stuff went well. Like my nutrition, I was pretty happy with overall. Like, and that's just kind of stuff that I have taken from other events that just work. I know works out to 30 hours now.
What are some key nutrition?
I'm pretty good at gels. I have a really good stomach that tolerates gels. And then just mixing in like having a mixture of real foods, like from lolly stuff like Moros and to like more like Odie Bite stuff, or and then like I found, obviously the intensity was pretty low. Like I wasn't going fast, but like I was actually able to eat like soup and potatoes and stuff like that, and that was like really good. And I think like the potatoes is probably something that I will use like going forward for longer stuff. Like it's quite nice, like, and it's nice to have something like a warm option, just to like as opposed to just having gels. But I think like potatoes, like you can get them quite soft and but they're still like starchy and good. Yeah.
And the soup was good as well, eh?
Yeah. Soup with lots of salt in it. Yeah. It was nice.
That's good. So key thing around this podcast is how toasted were you when you crossed the finish line?
Oh yeah.
1 being burnt toast, 9 being just slightly toasted. How'd you get to?
We were talking about this before, and I reckon I was going to say, I was like, you get me on the finish line. Like I was, one, like I was toast you would throw out, like don't even give it to the birds. It's just like straight in the bin. But the thing is, like, I was pretty like I was, I couldn't have gone. Like I had 160 Ks in me, and I got 160 Ks out of me.
Well, I think, to be honest, I think you probably had 100 Ks in you, but you got 160 Ks out of it.
Well, yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, that's might be more accurate. But I got 160 Ks out of me, and like I said to Sarah, like, bring one of those like camp chairs down close to the line because I don't have 200 meters to get from the line to where we were, like where the camp chairs were. Like that's not in me. So she was very kind and she did that, and then she brought the car down like to where I was, and I had to get people to help me walk from like carry me almost out of the chair, put me in the car.
That's a hospital paramedic. I need a transfer here, please.
Yeah, it was like oh yeah, my legs were like, you've asked a lot of us, and we don't really have anything left to give.
Right. So it sounds like we had a 1 to 9 scale. It sounds like you were like a 0.25 or maybe even a -1.
Yeah, it's like the most tired I've ever been. 100%. Like I've never, like even when it's a completely different form of exhaustion because like you have that exhaustion of like say doing a 5K with like something where you're like absolutely lung burning and you're like past the line, you're rolling around on the ground like lactic acid, and then this was like.
Pain.
Yeah, this is like achy pain, but like, this achy pain's been with me for 12 hours, and it's like I just need to stop. I need to get off my feet because like there's nothing more to give. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well done. That's good. So is 100Ks a better distance or 50Ks is a better distance? What are we thinking?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like it would have been a more enjoyable distance.
This is a much better idea.
I mean, It depends what you mean by better.
Better, yeah, true.
I think, 100Ks, like I would have, I would have finished that, and I would have been super proud. Like that's a long way as well. And that would have been, I think, pretty. 100Ks would have been like kind of more like just within the realm of probably sensible. And 160Ks was like, well, like it was an extra 16 hours. So it was maybe a little bit silly, but I survived.
Impressive. How did it feel to finish? To flop down on that camp chair? Just leave me alone. I'm done. I do not need to take another step. I can just be here now.
It was so good. Like heaps of people at the finish line because I took so long. The teams and like 50K runners had started, so there were lots of people around, which was nice. And like people would come up from Dunedin, so I like knew a few people and stuff. So there was like a good group of people like to cheer for me when I finished, which was nice, as opposed to like anonymously finishing in the middle of the night. Maybe that's why I took so long. And so that was really nice. And like, it's huge. Like, because like there was a lot of it where I kind of thought that might not happen, like in the event, where I was kind of like, I don't know if I'll see the end of this race, and that was just so great to see it.
Yeah, to get to. So what's next, or is it too soon?
Well, maybe I might do a bike race this weekend.
Oh my God. So the legs are like, it's a possibility that you might be able to move the legs around. Probably not too much jogging, I'd imagine, but a bike race.
No. I'm definitely not. I wouldn't do a running race, but I commute to work by bike, and I did that the last 2 days. And I live up a hill, so I got back up the hill both. Like the first time, I said to Sarah, if I might need to call you if at the bottom of the hill I'm not feeling good, I will ring you, and you will need to come pick me up. But I got back up the hill, so it's only 54Ks.
Good stuff. I feel like Sarah needs part of that medal as well.
100%. She got me through. Like she walked quite a bit with me in the end, like probably more than she was anticipating, and more than I was anticipating. So like, and that was super crucial, just to have someone to follow, because like it's nice when you have a group of people running your pace, but like my pace was not a pace anyone was going. It was very much I was going the pace I was going, and people were going past me, so I'd see them for 30 seconds or whatever. So it was really nice just to have someone who was willing to trudge along beside me and sort of very slowly admire the scenery of Naseby Forest.
Yeah. Connecting together, and she's still she drove you home. She's still obviously just talked about her after the event as well, so she's still hanging around. So that's promising.
No, she's still she drove me home and stuff. She was proud of me, I think. So that was good.
Well done, Luke. Hey, we're all proud of you. Super well done. It's I mean, that's the key thing with this whole thing. Is it? Can I do it? I'm not sure if I can, but to be proud of your effort, and no matter what happens, as long as you do that, and to go that deep and to finish and be in one piece, and to be even considering doing a bike race again this weekend, that's very impressive. You don't have to do that. That's fine. We can swipe that off the podcast, so no one asks you about that. But go and rest up and bask in your glory too, because you should still be doing that even today.
No, I'm still basking in the glory of that. This one will I think this is going to give me some glory for quite a wee while to come.
Yes, absolutely. Well done, Luke. Until next time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. Well done.
Cheers.